Have you guys heard about SMART goals before? Okay, so we'll review it really quickly. I really like SMART goals because it reminds me of what I need to pay attention to when I'm setting my goal. You know, a dream is just a dream. It happens not in reality, it happens in our minds until we set a goal. Because from a goal we can take action. A SMART goal is specific, it's an acronym of course, it's measurable, the A stands for actionable, the R for realistic, and the T stands for timely, and I heard someone say that, thank you. Okay, so specific, make sure it's clearly defined. Measurable, you need to know whether or not you've achieved it, so it has to have a clear measure. You don't just want to do well in math. You need a clear mark, like a 90% or an A. Actionable means you need to take action on it, and that's the last step. Realistic, this is a really big one. People think of realistic and they're like, oh, is it possible or not? I believe that everything is possible. There are people on this earth that used to think the earth was flat, for goodness sakes. Someone proved them wrong, right? I'm sure the Wright brothers who invented the plane, right? What do you guys think? The first time that they told their friends, hey, we're going to fly like birds. They thought they were crazy, right? Absolutely bonkers. But they believed in themselves. They thought it was realistic, so they took action. So for me, the definition of realistic is just, is it possible for you? Not the person beside you, but for you. And a lot of that deals with time. So I'm standing up here today, and I'm like, I want to win a volleyball championship tomorrow. Is that realistic? Yeah, probably. I've been a professional volleyball player for 10 years. Probably possible. Okay? For you guys, it might not be, or maybe it is. How about if I was up here saying, I've never played guitar in my life. I want to play downtown at Massey Hall with 5,000 people watching me by next week. That's not realistic, right? Now, if I change the due date to 10 years from now, and I promise to practice 5 days a week, 5 hours a day, with the best teachers in the world, is that realistic? Yeah, it's more possible, but I need to make that commitment, right? So there's this thing called talent that people get caught up on. But I believe so often, someone says you suck at something, so you decide you're no longer good at it. If you have passion for something, give it a shot, and you'll be surprised how talented you truly are. And the final thing is just timeliness, due date. If your teacher doesn't give you a due date, you're going to procrastinate. You need to put a due date on all your goals. When you're designing your life, it's like drawing a picture, a really, really detailed picture. If you guys know how to do that, if you set these SMART goals, you are one step away from creating whatever you want. Now, about 3% of the population actually write down their goals. Harvard studied this. Okay? 83% of the population have never written down clearly defined goals. Well, you better believe that 3% earns 10 times the amount of money as the 83% does. They're 10 times as successful just by writing, there's a direct correlation between writing down your goals. Write them down tonight. Figure out, there's a staircase at the back right there as a sample. If you want to get to the top of that staircase, what do you need to do? Climb, how do you climb up it? One step at a time. So your goal's at the top, maybe it's 10 years from now. Figure out what every little step is that you need to take. And it might change. You might need to go up a different staircase, but at least if you make a plan and you design out what you want, you're so much further ahead than the majority of people. That's what separates the people that go out and do amazing things in their life from the rest of us. You know, the Steve Jobs of the world, the Michael Jordans, these amazing people, they actually choose to design their life. Their life is made by design, not by default. Things don't happen to them, they make things happen.